Alright, so this is going to be something a little different from what I normally do. This is live gameplay from my Mayhem 2.9.13 OCV Hunter playthrough. And I've gotten myself into a very, very sticky situation that I absolutely do not have the fleets or the military to handle properly. But it's going to be interesting, so I thought I would share it. So currently what's going on is I'm being invaded by a massive pirate fleet. And it just happens that these respawn from the battle groups or whatever, the pirates. And I think they're really passing through my sector. But what's happening is Scale Plate Green is under assault. We've got a Pirate Baymon, Marauders, and in PT&I, we have this massive fleet with like 4 M2s coming down. And I have absolutely no way prepared to deal with this. So this will be interesting. I currently don't have any M2s or M1s myself. I only have about like 4 or 5 M7s in the fleet, and I have quite a bit of M6s, but they are not meant to deal with M2s. So let's see if I can deal with this invasion. I have 2 orbital weapons platforms up here. The small one only has, I think, Corvette weapons on it. It's not going to hold off these forces for sure. So I have an MLCC fleet with 25 Ospreys in it, and a much larger fleet with 47 ships that is my United Salvage fleet. It's all of these ships I have salvaged. Let's see. We'll bring them in and we'll see if we can do anything with that. Let's see, I'm currently taking some heat for some fighters. Let's attack those. Our fleet should be jumping in any second now. I guess an upside to defending a sector like this is that with the high amplitude data scanner, you're getting a lot of blueprints. Alright, so let's tell the commander. I don't mean to jump into the commander. Let's tell the commander to defend the sector. Let's focus fire on the first Baymon. Probably going to lose the weapons platforms in this battle, but those are very easy to replace. My current issue with this game is actually replacing the ships. My shipbuilding is only 1 shipyard, and it's always busy building miners or station agents or something that isn't more capital ships. So all my current M7 ships are captured from boarding. I think my boarding team right now is they're taking over a Xenon J somewhere. They're about halfway done. Baymon. These guys aren't that tough. Pretty weak as far as M2s go. But when you have like 6 or 7 of them invading you, that becomes a real problem. Alright, this guy's pretty much toast. Just gotta try and minimize the damage to my own ship. So this fleet I have right here is my salvage fleet. All of the Corvettes from all the different races they've either been purchased from the companies, they've been boarded, or they've been found with salvage most likely. And what I do for each ship is I claim them, I transfer energy cells to them, jump them back, and then I build a bunch of Rangers. They go to Rangers and I freight exchange with them so that they have all the equipment. It's kind of tedious, but it is a good way to make sure they have the quantum jump gate and all that stuff that they need. Alright, looks like a Marauder went down. Let's tell the commander to attack all the enemies. And I haven't called in MLCC yet. I haven't felt the need to do that. But I'm probably going to do it for this Exterminator, because I can only really call them in once without having to withdraw them. Actually, we'll probably use them on this Baymon. It's closer. So what I like to do is have separate fleets at MLCC. Oh shoot, it looks like I lost my small weapons platform. If I was smarter about this, I would have dropped all the cargo into space before it died. That way I could just reclaim it with the Reaper and throw it on a new orbital weapons platform. Alright, so I got my Ospreys, so my MLCC fleet is all ships that I've built myself, and they're all Pirate Ospreys, because it's a very cheap Corvette and very spammable. Alright, I need to get the heck out of here. This is getting hot. Those look like flak artillery arrays. Quite nasty indeed. Baymon's toast. Alright, looks like I'm gonna have to watch for the rest of this fight. My crate, this boron ship, is not meant to fight exterminators. Let's see if we can get a better view. So exterminators are tough, but they're no match for all this that I've got. I've gotten quite lucky because they all seem to be kiting, they're all kiting through the gate. If I had waited until they were all in the sector, this would be a lot more difficult. There's my Karyudo. I could probably hop over to that and fly it, but I chose to jump away instead. So unlike Star Wars LU, where I have those cinematic battles and all that, those are really meaningless. There's no stakes. Here, my sector, all these ships are very valuable assets, and my war effort depends on them. It's one of the reasons why I really think Mayhem's a superior mod to LU. All of these ships I had to work for, and they all are an extension of my empire's power. It's very important, my ability to defend this sector like this. Because I very well can lose this sector to the pirates, and it's going to be under assault by pirates for forever, essentially, because this sector right here is, forget what it's called, Void of Opportunity or something like that. But it's the pirate home sector. It can't be lost. So they're always going to have forces coming through this gate. Let's see how many more we have to deal with. Looks like this is the brunt of the attack. I don't think I've lost anything before. This is a lucky run. I have been save scumming, and on a previous iteration of this battle, I did lose a lot of ships because I hadn't jumped into the sector when I did, and that resulted in a lot of ships in the sector at once rather than them all kiting through the gate. And that's a disaster, so looks like this was a successful defense. I can probably go ahead and claim myself a ton of more sectors now. See, I currently have all these sectors over here and the mining sector up here. Plenty of room to expand. I could probably be expanding a lot more aggressively. If I was able to handle this, I could definitely handle the OCV. Yeah, it's just a quick insight into Mayhem. I've been playing this myself. I don't actually play Star Wars LU, believe it or not. I just can't enjoy LU. There's really no purpose to anything you do in that mod. So, little known fact, I am working on a Star Wars port for LU to move all of the Star Wars assets. Sorry, not LU, Mayhem. To bring all of the Star Wars assets here into Mayhem so we can have Star Wars in Mayhem. But that mod is currently, it severely needs updating. It's very outdated, and the balance is not right. So the game it's not really enjoyable since the balance isn't there. But sometime next year, early next year, I'll update it with the proper balance so that it fits into Mayhem without breaking the game. And we'll be able to play this mod instead of Star Wars LU because Mayhem is a much more enjoyable mod. So yeah, Mayhem. We do have a discussion channel for Mayhem in the Star Wars LU Discord if there's any Mayhem veterans watching this that want to talk Mayhem anytime. But yeah, looks like I did it. It only took me 2 or 3 tries.